Hello learners and future scientists. This is Physics National Exam 2024-2025 Senior 3 or Grade 9. So join us as we dive into detailed collection of this Physics National Exam for 2024-2025. Whether you are preparing for the next big national exam, this is coming next year, okay, or just curious about the material, this video is packed with insight, tips, and comprehensive explanation to enhance your understanding. So don't forget to subscribe, share, and comment for more engaging content and updated secrets. Embark this exciting journey of discovering together. Okay, this is an instruction to candidate. Okay, and this video we are going to focus on section A with 55 marks. And if you need section B for next coming video, please write it in comment. Okay, and never stop learning, because those who stop learning, they stop living. Before starting here, we have to read this last instruction. When answering multiple choices question, carefully read the question, analyze the option, and circle the one that directly and accurately address to the question's context. Okay. For section A, attempt all questions. For multiple choices questions, circle a letter corresponding to the correct answer. First, identify the answer choice that best comprises each of the statement below. Dash dash is a contact force, friction force, gravitation force, nuclear force, and magnetic force. And of course, here right answer is friction force, and you can write in the space provided, which is here, friction force. Okay. Now, letter B, magnetic force is a force of attraction between dash dash and the magnetic material. We have given options: copper wire, magnet, a wooden table, and a magnetic material. Okay, and of course your right answer is Roman 2, which is magnet. You know that magnetic force is a force attraction between magnet and magnetic material. And letter C, dash dash is a non-contact force, upthrust, friction force, air resistance, and electric force. Of course, here right answer is electric force. Electric force. When we are explaining about our upthrust, okay, this is a contact force that acts when object is submerged in the fuels. Whereas here, when we talk about the friction force, because this is the right answer, friction force. This is a contact force resisting the motion of two surfaces in contact. Whereas here, air resistance, this is contact force that acts on object moving through air. But here, electric force, this is non-contact force that can be act between charged object. So here we have a push or pull in given direction that can change the motion of object is called E or N. Here we have given options: inertia, velocity, force, or acceleration. Of course, the right answer is force. Question 2. Complete each of the following statements using appropriate term from the box: heat, solar energy, power, kinetic energy. A dash dash of an object is a form of energy that is possesses due to a motion. And of course here, this is kinetic energy. Kinetic energy of an object is a form of energy that is possessed due to its motion. Two forms of energy produced when wood burns are light energy and heat. Yeah, and heat. And here, letter C, dash dash is defined as rate at which work is done. Yeah, that is power. That is power, rate of at which work is done. Letter D, dash dash is radiation from sun that is capable of generating electricity, that is solar energy. Okay, question 3. Draw an arrow from the item in column A that matches within the item in column B. Column A have given options: knife, level, pulley, or ladder. Whereas column B is an example of inclined plane. Whereas here, Roman 2, it is a type of simple machine that uses a wheel and rope to lift heavy loads. Roman 3, it is an example of wedge. Roman 4, it is a bar that pivots around fulcrum used for lifting or moving heavy things. Okay, and here we have, let us use this space aside here, A, B, C, and D. Like you have to use to match it like this one. A, we say a knife. A knife is an example of wedge to letter C, to Roman 3. Okay? The last one say level. Level, okay? This is a bar that pivots around a fulcrum used for lifting or moving heavy things to Roman 4. Okay? Last here, a pulley. A pulley is a type of simple machine that uses a wheel or rope to lift heavy loads. This is Roman 2. Okay, last letter D. Ladder is an example of inclined plane. Okay. Now, question 4. Identify the answer choices that best compress the statement or answers the question. A. Which of the following devices is based on heating effects of electric current? Electric switch, conductor, electric cooker, electric battery, electric conductor. Without thinking more things, you have to know that electric cooker is the best option. Why? Because it utilizes the heat effect of electric current to cook food or to cook anything. Okay? That's here. B. What is electric generator? A device. First option, a device that generates electricity. Second, a path along which electricity can flow. Number 3, a device that stores electricity. Or here, number 4 says that a device that measures electricity. But when you say electric generator, is a device that generates electricity, as this is best option. And if the symbols I, R, and V represents electric current, electric resistance, and voltage respectively, the formula of electric power, we know that power here, okay, is equal to voltage times current. Okay, so that for us here, the best option is the Roman 4. Question 5. Choose the correct alternative from the given options. Which of the following metal is the most common metal used to make electric wires? Copper, zinc, lead, or cobalt? Most of electric powers they use, most of electric wires we use copper. B. What is the purpose of insulating electrical tools used as screwdrivers? A. To prevent user from getting electrocuted. Number 2. To reduce electricity consumption. Number 3. To make tools lighter for handling. Number 4. To improve the efficiency of the tool. But here, the best option is to prevent user from getting electrocuted as best option. Okay, because insulators provides a protective layer to avoid electrical shocks. Whereas here, let us see which of the following serves the protection against overload or shortcut in a house electrical circuit. A. resistor, this is Roman 1, resistor, Roman 2, switch, Roman 3, circuit breaker. Here we have Roman 4, electric lamps. But here, this is circuit breaker. This is the best answer. What does the following symbol represents in figure 1? Direct current supply, open electric circuit, electric fuse, and variable resistor. What is this? And this is electric fuse. Okay. Question 6. The following figure 2 represent a voltage regulator circuit. This is what we call regulator circuit. But here, these figures represent voltage regulator circuit. Okay. Now the question is here. Complete the table below using the names of electric components whose codes are shown in figure 2. Q6, D5, D6, and R9. Okay. Let's say Q6 is right here. Have D6, Q6 is right here. And you know that Q represents transistor. Okay. I mean that this is a transistor. Transistor. Last here, this D you have right here, you have D6 and D7. This is diode. But this is diode 5 to represent that you have the number of diodes that we have in this circuit. And this is diode 6. Last R9, this R represents resistor. Mean that you have resistor over 9. Okay. Last question 7. State if or whether each of the following statement true is true or false. Hydraulic press works on Archimedes' principle. This is totally false because hydraulic press works on Pascal principle. Okay. Now, a buoyant force, also known as upthrust force, is given by formula P times G times V. You know that when you say this is a density times gravitational due to acceleration due to gravity and times the volume, velocity, okay? Then where P is density of liquid, V is the volume of the liquid displaced, and G is acceleration due to gravity. Okay. Now here we have given that the answer is true. Okay. Letter C. A block of iron dropped in a vessel of water sinks to the bottom. This is because the weight of the water displayed by the block is less than the weight of the block. That is true. Letter D. Sea iron to atmospheric pressure is Newton M. This is false because sea iron of atmospheric pressure is Pascal. Okay. Question 8. Select the correct alternative that answer the question completes the statement. The pressure in fluid flow at rest depends on option 1, surface area of container, 2, volume of the liquid, option 3, density of liquid, and option 4, density of the container. Okay, but here when you say the answer that comprises is this one, letter C, density of the liquid. And you know that when you say pressure, okay, is equal to density times acceleration due to gravity times the height. So that's why I say density of liquid. Okay, and here, if the density of an object is less than the density of the water, what happens to the object when placed in water? Read again. If the density of object is less than the density of water, what happens to the object when placed in water. First option, the object sinks completely. To mean, can it be, if this is a diagram, when we say sinks completed, can go at the bottom of this container, and here the object becomes denser. C, the object becomes heavy. Whereas option 4, the object floats. Of course, here the object really floats. And we have given here 3 containers in figure 3 are filled with water to the same level. Rank the hydraulic press at the bottom of the containers. I have given here pressures of these containers, okay? And option 1, we say that pressure 1 will be greater to pressure 2, greater to pressure 3. Option 2, pressure 1 equals to 4 pressure 2 less than 2 pressure 3. Whereas here, option 3, pressure 1 less than 2 pressure 2 less than 2 pressure 3. Okay? And the last one, pressure 1 equals to pressure 2 equals to pressure 3. And for me, this is correct answer because we have filled these containers with water to the same level, so that because they're on the same level, their pressure will be equal. And you know that here, the pressure exerted by a person on Earth's surface is minimum. Here we say is minimum when he or she stands on his or her feet, sleeps on the ground, sits with 4 flooded legs. Last one is stands on 1 foot. And you know, here we have seen that the pressure exerted by a person, okay, of a person, we know that a pressure can be equals to force over area. Okay, so that if the area is increasing, the minimum, we have the minimum of the risk of the pressure exerted by the person if the area is increasing. So that imagine here, if someone sleeps on the ground, is there, the area is increasing, so that this is where we shall have minimum pressure exerted by to the person here on Earth's surface. Question 9, identify the answer choice that best completes the statement or answers the questions. A, the speed of the body undertaking linear motion is given by v equal to at, where t is time and v is the speed of the body. The dimensional formula of acceleration is, from the above formula we have given, how to find acceleration is equal to velocity over time, to mean that this is meter per second, and whereas here we have second, to get here meter per second square. Okay, and this meter represents length, whereas here the time, this second represents time squared. Okay, and also length over t squared can be equal to length over t, or this can be, from above here we have t times negative L times t negative 2. Okay, so that the best answer is this one. And letter B, in experiment, it is found that the experimental value is very close to the true value. Hence, the experiment value can be called accurate, sensitive, suitable, or precise. Best answer is accurate. Okay. Now, how many significant figures are in the number 406.060? And of course, the best answer from here is 6 figures will be made from this one. 10, Select the correct alternative that answers the question or completes the statement. In expression, we have electromotive force, negative change in flux, okay, magnetic flux over change in time. This negative sign signifies that an induced EMF is produced only when magnetic flux decreases. B. The induced EMF opposes the change in the magnetic flux. Whereas here, the induced EMF opposes the direction of the flux. Induced EMF is dependent on the change in magnetic flux. Of course, oppose the change. Oppose the change. This is due to the presentation of Lenz's law. B. If we increase the number of turns in a coil subjected to varying magnetic flux, what happened to induced electromotive force EMF? Induced EMF increases. Induced EMF remains the same in inductive and induced EMF decreases, induced EMF decreased, then increases. So if we increase the number of turns then induced EMF will be increased. C. What happens to the electric current induced in coil while accelerating magnetic inside it? Reverses, decreasing, remain constant, or increasing? Of course, be increased. Last question 11, figure 4. This is a figure of number 4. Shows a transformer with coil of wire wound around an iron core. A. Use the setup transformer or setup down transformer to name the type of the above transformer we have right here. This transformer we have above, this is what we call voltage conversion. Voltage conversion. Because in voltage conversion we have step up transformer and step down transformers. B. Why does a real transformer have an efficiency that is less than 100%? Because here, number 1, because some energy is lost as heat in the coils and core. B. Because transformer only works without direct current. C. Number 3. Because transformer only works at higher voltages. Number 4. Because transformer cannot be used for transmitting electricity over long distance. And here, the best answer is this one. It is because energy is lost as heat in coils and core. A setup transformer is used before electricity is transmitted by overhead cables. Which statement explains why setup transformer is used? Number 1, it increases the electric current to increase the speed at which the electricity travels. It increases the electric current to reduce energy lost in the cables. Thus here, it increases the voltage to increase the speed at which the electricity travels. Thus 4, it increases the voltage to reduce energy loss in the cable. And this is best option. It increases the voltage to reduce energy loss in the cables. Whereas here 12, consider the speed time graph. That is velocity against time of the body show figure 5. Okay, and select the correct option that answers the question below. We have here, this is speed time graph. Okay, this is velocity and the time right here. We are asked to find acceleration of the body from O to A, and you have to name these motions we have. This is what we call UARM, uniform acceleration with rectilinear motion, and here you have uniform rectilinear motion. That is what we call URM. And right here you have what we call UDRM. uniform deceleration rectilinear motion. Okay, and we know that right here, acceleration. Of course, here in uniform acceleration, we have accelerations available, but here in URM, there is no acceleration. Acceleration is at least, so it is 0. And of course, here we have decreasing acceleration, but let's suppose to find acceleration from this motion of UARM. No, acceleration is velocity over the time. Okay, and we know that from here, from O to A, we have velocity of 6. We have velocity of 6 meter per second over the time. Pi is 4 seconds. Okay, so that here acceleration will be 6 divided by 4. This is 1.5 meter per second square. And of course, this is the right answer. Okay, and here the distance traveled by the body from A to B is 0 meter on this one. You know, here I have to find the distance is equal to velocity times time. Okay, and we have it right here, A, B. Okay, and of course we have said that here acceleration is 0. I have to find the change in time, because we have from A to B, there is time occupied between 4 and 10. 10 minus 4, that is 6 seconds. Okay, so that here the distance right here will be this one. Velocity we have, it is remains constant. Okay, and we shall say here have 4, we have velocity which is 6 meter per second times 6 seconds, and this shall be cancelled to get the distance which is equal to 36 meter. Okay, and the letter corresponding answer is letter B. 13. An object mass with 10 kilogram is moving with a velocity of 4 meter per second. The velocity increases from 4 meter per second to 8 meter per second when a force acts on it. For the time here, 0.2 seconds. So that we have been asked to find linear momentum P1 of object before force acts. And here we know that P represents this linear momentum. P1 will be, we know that it is mass times velocity. Okay, and P1 right here, before the force acts on it, will be mass 10 kilogram times velocity of 4 meter per second to get 40 kilogram meter per second. So that best answer is this. What a linear momentum P2 of the object after force act on it. When the force act on it, it has been changed from 4 to 8. So that here we shall say P2 equals to mass times V2. Okay, so that P2 equal to 10 kilogram times 8 meter per second to get 80 meter per kilogram meter per second. So that letter corresponding answer is letter C. Find the change in linear momentum produced by applied force. And you know change, you have to take P2 minus P1. Okay? It is P2 minus P1. Of course, change in P equal to 80 kilogram meter per second times, then minus 40 kilogram meter per second to get 40 kilogram meter per second. So that the best answer is this. What is the value of impulse acting on object due to the applied force? When we say impulse, is the same as change in momentum. Okay, so that the answer will not change. It will be 40 Newton second as this one. Okay, 14. What will happen to the total mechanical energy of firing system if air resistance and friction force are present? Explain your answer. First one, you have to know what mechanical energy represents in formula. Mechanical energy equal to kinetic energy plus potential energy. Okay, by trying to talk about the potential energy here. Okay, as an object, as here an object fires, okay, its height increases. Thus, T potential energy will decrease. This is the first. So about kinetic energy, okay, as an object fires again, fires to, okay, to gain speed. To gain speed. So, and the kinetic energy from here, okay, will be, kinetic energy will be decreased. Okay, and now, when an object moves through the air, okay, here the air resistance does work. Okay, does work against it. And then that work done by, okay, air resistance converts mechanical energy into thermal energy. That's why we say thermal energy is about heat energy. Okay, so I can conclude that total mechanical energy right here of firing system decreases as right answer.